Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy Fatty Ghost. Hope y'all are doing well. In today's video, guys, I'm gonna be looking at the La Liga players. Same drill as usual, just go through the cards, let you guys know who I think is gonna be meta, who's gonna be popular, potential prices, things like that. And at the end, guys, I'm gonna give you guys somewhat of a starter-ish squad. So yeah, guys, like and subscribe to support the channel. And let's not waste too much time. Let's get into it. So to start off with, guys, Supreme Twist for 29 bucks. Let's go. Let me close this. This is a bit distracting. But yeah, guys, so looking at the goalies, as you guys can see, there's the top three and then there's a large drop. And in my opinion, guys, from what I've seen, from the sort of lower tier, this guy Soria looks pretty solid, well-rounded card. As you guys can see, the real flaw he has is with his kicking. Speed is also a bit on the lower side, but as you guys know, guys, kicking, at least for me, kicking isn't too important for goalies. It might be for you, but for the most part, he's well-rounded. And guys, he's 6'4", so I think definitely the starter squads, or in the beginning of the game when you can't afford these the big boys, he's gonna be our man. Other than that, guys, decent cards. Someone's gonna have high diving but low handling, something like that. For me, the most well-rounded looks like the Soria guy, because all of his actual goalkeeping attributes are above 80. So yeah, guys, that's my pick. Then let's move on to the right backs. Usually La Ligas, they give us a few options with the fallbacks. And yeah, guys, same as usual, Carvajal with the high rating, 86 overall. Pace is a bit less for me, but as you guys know, I did a review on him in FIFA 20, and his card was pretty good. And I think even this year it's not gonna be a card that has a lot of longevity, but I think if at the beginning of the game you can get your hands on it, he'll be useful. Although he is 86 rated, so that sort of is it gonna be worth the price? You pay such a premium at the beginning, and he's not gonna have the pace. So it's an alright card for me. Navas, guys, with the right back card, I think last year also he was right wing. I mean, for most of his career he was right wing, but a very nice right back card, guys. Good defending, and also good dribble, good pace, things like that. So I think this guy will probably be the pick for that sort of medium tier guys, or even sort of for the high tier, because I guess it is good value when you look at 84 rating, but then he's pretty good on the ball. Other than that, guys, Kappa, for me, he's gonna be that guy that you ideally want like sort of in that beginning stage of the game. Good physicality, good pace, decent dribble and passing also. So from that sort of lower mid, not even mid tier, I guess he is sort of lower tier, but he's probably gonna be expensive, so that's why I'd say mid tier. He's gonna be the pick. Other than that, there are some decent options. Arias has the 81 pace and decently well-rounded card. Ruben Pena here, Emerson for the real sort of starters, really starter level squad, and also DeMarcos, he's been around for a while. Was actually got a right back card. He was a center mid, I believe, last year, so liking the pace, I think, for that position. Then we get on to the center backs, and yeah, guys, there are some pacey options, but some very expensive ones too. So at the top, Ramos, again, decent card, pace a bit on the lower side, I think, but let's see how he plays in game. If the dribbling helps him feel better, I think he could be somewhat popular. Varane, guys, he's gonna be hella meta. I believe this is an upgrade, or was he? I think he might have been 85 last year, if I'm not wrong, so probably might be a bit more expensive. But yeah, guys, 82 pace with the defending and the physicality, he's gonna probably be in the top three center backs in the game. And he's gonna have the longevity for sure. Longley also, like last year, again a very solid card, high defending stats, 87 defending, good pace with the 74, and he's decent on the ball, so gonna be very popular. This guy, guys, Diego Carlos, I think it's Diego's first name, but he's gonna be hella popular, guys. Look at the pace, and then good physicality and defending too. I think he's gonna be that real meta guy. Obviously gonna be very expensive, off the rip, like when the game comes out. But I think about a month, and you're gonna see him in a lot of squads. Paulista actually had decent pace in last year's game, but slowed down this time. This card actually, guys, this guy is a bit short, I believe. I think he's like 5'10", 5'11", but a nice card. As you guys can see, very high defensive stats. He's 82 overall, but 84 defending stats. Decent physicality. So, for the lower tier, I think he's not gonna be too expensive. Also, because he's not from a popular nation or a popular club, so it's not gonna help with chemistry, things like that, or if people want to do hybrids and stuff. So I think he could be like potential starter-ish level. Then, guys, the big boy Eder Militao, I think he's gonna be hella popular, even though he's just 80 rated. Really good pace, and I think with his reputation from last year's game, I think he's gonna be super popular. And so I think especially at the beginning he's gonna be expensive, but because he's 80 rated, I think his price will come down like pretty quick. Fernandez also, Nacho Fernandez, very solid card. He's usually had a decent card throughout the years, decent pace, things like that. And again, I think even him for those starter-ish level squads, I think he's gonna be cheaper than Militao at the beginning, because I think of course Militao has a reputation on Ultimate Team, and I think him and Carlos, they get that they can get the green link. So when you make hybrids and stuff, it's better to have those. Even though these two will get it, I think Carlos and Militao are the more desirable options. So I think Militao will be more expensive at the beginning. So if you guys can get your hands on it, it's looking like a pretty nice card. Fernandez isn't the biggest. I think it's like 5'11", 6 feet. So that's, I guess, somewhat of a con, but it's gonna be a nice card at the beginning. And then you have Bartra and Martinez, decent level cards. Hermoso's looking like a nice card. Again, he's also somewhat undersized. He's also around 5'10", 5'11", or maybe even like 6 feet, but good stuff. He's also got good dribble, so he could be that sort of agile option, at the back, and good pace defending. Other than that, really, decent stuff. This guy's card looks decent, but really likes the physicality. So I'd say that's for the not starter, but just when you start to get some money, you should probably look at either getting Fernandez and Hermoso, and then maybe use like a Bartra or someone like that, just for the time being, just to fill in that gap. We move on to the left backs now. And oh guys, the Supreme Twist is really distracting me. But yeah, again, a lot of good options. Jordi Alba, obviously the top tier. This guy, I'm not even gonna attempt to say his name, Barshish. I don't know. But it's looking like this guy's card looks pretty stacked. Gaia also there. Marcelo lower on the pace, but of course has really good dribble and stuff. So I think with something like a Shadow, he should feel alright. 88 dribble, he should feel pretty good. And of course, he's well rounded. He can give you something going forward too. That's nice. Furlan Mendy, he had an insane card last year. Same thing this year. Once a bunch of these guys start getting inform, I believe Acuna had an inform last year that was quite popular. And then yeah, for the cheaper options, guys, I think this guy Renan Lodi, he's gonna be a bit pricey just because he's Brazilian. So people making those Brazilian squads would lean towards him. Other than that, I'd say for the real starterish level, who's got pace, I think this guy's gonna be the popular guy. Moreno and stuff, I think they're a bit too lower tier. Just cause when you see Moreno, he likes the defending. Nacho, he likes the dribbling. So I'd say this Firpo is sort of like the starting point, and then obviously you want to build up. Looking at it, I think this guy Barshish, he's gonna be pretty popular. I'd say between him and Gaia, they have good pace and pretty well rounded. Now let's move on to the midfielders, and there's some tasty options this time in the midfield for La Liga. Of course, the top guys, Casemiro, Cruz, high ratings but no usage. Busquets also in that. Modric, gonna be Modric usually has a usable card, but again, because the price is gonna be so high because of his high rating, it sort of doesn't end up being worth it ever, because by the time his price comes down, there's usually better options. Frankie De Jong, guys, hella meta. I think this is the guy that everyone's gonna try to work towards if they want that La Liga squad, or even like a Dutch squad. There are some decent Dutch players. Other than that, Koke with a decent-ish card. Partey, guys, he's actually heavily linked to Arsenal, so hey, that would be nice for the Prem. But other than that, he's got a pretty solid card, well-rounded. I mean, you look at it, 4 stats above 80, and then the other 2 also not too bad. Slap something like a Shadow or Hunter on this, could be hell of a card. Other than that, Fakir also for that cam options looking pretty nice. 87 dribble, that's looking pretty good. Coutinho, I think this year is gonna be hard to use. Maybe in the Halloween cards or something, Halloween promo, they give him a nice card. Valverde, guys, this is the guy I think everyone's gonna have their eyes on, and he's gonna be pretty broken, guys, I think, because 83 rating is not too high. And then you look at those stats, very well rounded, 3 stats above 80. He's got decent shooting, passing, defending. I think even his height he's pretty decent. He's decently tall, and then 86 pace, guys, for center mid. He's gonna be hella power. He's gonna be those meta guys. Then we look at Llorente. I think he's gonna be the second meta guy. Low rating, of course, so I think he's gonna be slightly cheaper. And again, guys, very nice card. Good dribble, pace, physicality, defending. I think he's gonna be a very, very popular card. If you guys can get it at the beginning, very highly recommended. Other than that, when we go to the sort of lower tier, this Merino card is actually pretty nice. Of course, slightly lower on the pace side, but still 70, and everything else, very well rounded for that sort of box to box option. I think for an out and out CDM, Coquelin is the guy. He's got the high defensive work rate. He's got good, even though his passing on this is 76, he's got good short and long pass. So I'd say if you want the just out and out CDM and don't want to break the bank, I think this is gonna be your guy. Kondogbia, again, I remember last year before the game came out, his card was pretty hype. Again, it's gonna be one of those the starter level options, but I think this year the pace is lacking. Now let's move on to the attacking players, which honestly, guys, it's pretty disappointing this year for La Liga. I mean, since those Cristiano Ronaldo's Real Madrid left, and I think even Barcelona sort of lost that high level talent. I think for the last 2 FIFAs they haven't been that beast. So this year also, of course there's some decent cards, but for the most part, not that crazy amount of attacking talent. So you start out Hazard obviously at the top, very, very nice card. Munain Oyarzabal, sorry guys, I'm just butchering these names, but even this guy doesn't have the pace to really cut it. Dembele also, I think, again, gonna be pretty meta. I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep the 5-star, and yeah, guys, decently well rounded, but I do think it's gonna be pretty pricey at the beginning. Carrasco, guys, this guy for the starter-ish level squad, guys, he's gonna be pretty pricey at the beginning for sure, but he's looking like a nice card. Good pace, good shot and stuff, good dribble. He's one of those guys that maybe you could even play up front. So very nice option, guys. I think definitely this is the sort of guy once you get some money you want in your team. In the sort of, I'd say for the first month, he should be quite usable. Guedes is also a decent looking card. Vinicius, guys, this guy's card is actually very nice. Other than of course the shooting and passing isn't great. I mean, for those starter level squads, if you want someone like that Saint Maxim, just raw pace and good dribble, this is your guy. I mean, 95 pace with his dribbling, guys, and the way his body type is, I think he's gonna feel absolutely electric. So if you just want that raw pace, guys, this is your this is the guy. Then we have the likes of Christian Teo and stuff for that real starter squad, just to get things rolling. But not too many crazy options. I'd say probably my pick would be Carrasco. If you guys can get the money for him, you should try to do it, because I think he's gonna be significantly cheaper than Dembele, and somewhat affordable, a week into the game. And then of course you have the likes of Hazard up top, and then Hazard also 88 rating. But then I don't know, his last year's card wasn't that great. Even this time, 88 rated, doesn't have that crazy pace. Even the shot and stuff, it's good, but not that crazy. Let's see how he plays though. He might play like incredible in the game. But yeah, going by last year's card, I don't think he's gonna be super duper popular. Then we get on to the strikers and center forwards. And guys, honestly, this time is quite disappointing for me. Not too many options. I'm just gonna, I mean, again, Benzema, Griezmann, all these guys, usual stuff. Really like the pace. Griezmann was used quite a bit last year, but then now you look at it, 79 pace. I think again, it's one of those. If you get in like a player pick or untradeable things like that, you'll see people use it. But I don't see him being used that much, unless he gets some informs and stuff. And then when you get down to the real options, is obviously Iñaki Williams, who I think is gonna be pretty expensive at the beginning. Just because of the pace and he's big, he's a popular card towards the beginning of, I'd say, like the last 2 or 3 ultimate teams. And then Joao Felix, he's got the 5-star skills, a decently well-rounded card for a striker, even if you want to use him as a cam. Got like decent finishing, good dribble, things like that. And then yeah, guys, after that it's a drop, guys. Like even like Munir and Gamero, somewhat usable. Not too many options. I'd say for the cheaper options, Morales. Last year's card was pretty decent, and this year also it's not too bad. It is lower at 70. I think last year's was like 80 or 81. This time it's lower, and I think even the pace is downgraded. But yeah, guys, you're getting a guy with decent pace and dribble. Not decent. 86 pace, pretty good, especially for the other like La Liga strikers. But the shot is like decent. I think definitely for the starter squads, he's gonna be pretty useful. And considering there's not that many other like pacey options, he's gonna be pretty popular at the beginning. But not like a great card. And then there's Isaac guy who also got like a decent card, but not like too well rounded. So I'd say probably Morales would be more popular. And then you'd have Iñaki Williams and Joao Felix, and then these guys up top, unless they get a special card, I don't see anything much happening. Move on to the right wingers, and of course, Leo Messi at the top. Again, I think this is a pace downgrade for him. I think he was 87 last year, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, guys, again the pace downgrade, but he's gonna be usable. He's not usable. He's still gonna feel pretty good even with his gold card, because the high dribble, and plus he has a nice acceleration to sprint speed breakdown, so he's gonna feel pretty good and gonna be pretty not even meta, but like very popular. Of course he's gonna be meta. It's Leo Messi. And then yeah, again, you go from 93 to 83. It's a huge drop. But yeah, guys, so this is Portugal. I'll be honest, guys, I haven't seen him play. I don't know much about him. But he's looking like he's gonna be probably the meta card. 90 pace. Dribbling stats aren't too good, I'd say, for a winger. But then he does have physicality, so maybe people use him as that. They move him up to striker or something like that. But he's probably looking like the most meta guy, considering the pace. And then you have Locampos, not too much pace, 82, but then pretty well rounded. Correa, guys, I actually like this card. I think especially for the starter squad, he's gonna be nice. A good shot. He's also got a good like acceleration to sprint speed breakdown, good dribble also. I think he has an 89 agility, 4-star. So I think this is definitely a nice pick for the starter-ish level squads. And then yeah, guys, after that it's a pretty big drop. Not too many people useful other than Rodrigo. He has a nice card, 87 pace, 83 dribble, decent shot. I think last year he was a 3-star, weak for 4-star skill. So if that's there, again, I think just very early game he's gonna be useful, and not too much after that. So yeah, guys, now I'm gonna move to the squad that I made. And this squad is not exactly a starter squad, but it's a sort of squad that you could go into your first weekend league with. So weekend league is usually gonna be about a week or 10 days after the game launches, maybe even a bit more. So I think if you do a couple like squad battle, not couple, you have to get like some decent squad battle results, SBCs, things like that. I think most of you guys should be able to afford this team. So let's get to it, guys. So we start off with, guys, like I mentioned, Soria. He's got a well-rounded card. He's tall, things like that. I wouldn't want to like right off the gate like go and get like a top tier goalie. So I'd say he's the guy. Kappa, he's gonna be a bit more pricey than the other right back options, but then just because he's so solid, I think it's good to get him in, and you have that solid fallback. Nacho and Hermoso, I think they're gonna be cheaper than Carlos and Militao and those other guys. I think if you have both guys, who have decent defending stats and good pace, you can have that solidity at the back. And then Firpo is just that, the a pacey fallback, not like nothing incredible about him, but he's gonna offer you pace and and give you full chem basically. And I mean, he's decent. I mean, 75 defending, it's not like too bad. It's a better option than like Moreno and guys like that, but of course not like those mid or top tier left backs in La Liga. And as you guys can see, by the way, they're all green links, guys. So this backline is gonna be very easy to hybrid and stuff. So maybe you don't like the midfield or attacking players. You could obviously make a hybrid. I will be making some starter squad, some weekend league squad videos, things like that for you guys in the future once it comes closer to the game. But yeah, guys, for the midfield, guys, again, Coquelin's I think he's gonna be pretty reasonable. And yeah, just the high defensive worker, he's gonna be that proper out and out CDM, just cleaning things up and giving it to the attacking players. He's got decent enough passing. All he's gonna be doing is just cleaning up. He's gonna be the guy that you say stay back. Llorente's, he's gonna be cheaper than Valverde. I think he's obviously gonna be the expensive one in the midfield, but I think it's nice to have a quality midfielder, who can, make a nice pass, defend also, offer some pace, be the difference maker really. So of course you're gonna have to pay some money for quality, and this is where I've chosen to spend that money. And I mean 84 pace, when you come up against guys in like the Prem and things like that, they don't have that many pacey options. So here's where you create the advantage. Then guys, we look at the 4 attacking players. So Carrasco on the left, he again is gonna be one of the pricier options, but then he's giving you good pace, good dribble, and a good shot at that point of the game, like beginning, first week, weekend league, things like that. It's good to have. He's gonna score you goals, get in good positions, be a threat. So I think those lower tier guys aren't gonna do too much, and then of course you're not gonna go and buy Eden Hazard. So he's that guy. He's gonna be pretty pricey at the beginning, but he's my pick. And then for strikers, guys, I think Iñaki Williams is gonna be very expensive. Now if him and Joao Felix are the same price, then yeah, probably lean towards him. Because I think he's gonna be so expensive and there's not too many options, I've gone for Joao Felix and Morales up top. Like either you can play one as a cam, you can play 2 strikers, or you can play like a center forward strike, depending on what formation you play. But yeah, guys, Morales obviously has the pace. He's got a decent enough shot for the beginning of the game. Joao Felix has a he has a good-ish shot for the beginning. Decent pace. He's got good dribbles. He's got the 5-star skills. So his dribble feels better than 83. 4-star weak foot also, which is something that Iñaki Williams doesn't have. So you have 2 like decently well-rounded strikers. Who can dribble a bit, can pass a bit, and also have decent finishing on them. So I think these are my 2 picks for the I guess strikers or attackers down the middle. And then yeah, for the last player, I've gone with Correa. I think the other dude, I can't remember his name, the pacey guy. Let me just yeah, Porto. I think this guy's gonna be pretty expensive looking at the pace. I think at the beginning of the game, he's gonna be pretty pricey. So that's why I've gone with Correa. And if you guys can see, yeah, he has the pace, but then Correa has much better dribble. He has like 89 agilities, and he's got like 86 acceleration. So I think he's gonna feel pretty quick. You guys can see his shot is better. And yeah, guys, having a high level shot at that point, decent enough pace. Not everyone's not gonna have like Varane and those really pacey defenders. So I think a guy like Correa, he can still cause problems, from the wing. Decent passing, a good shot, good dribble. I think this is gonna be a pick. I think this is a team that, for real, when you get into your first weekend league, can cause some problems. And it seems like a very meta team. You have good pace all around. You look at the back line. You look at the midfield. So yeah guys, this is the squad for you guys. I hope you guys found this video informative. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. And oh sorry, I went to OBS. Please like and subscribe to support the channel, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.